Alrighty, there we go. There we go. There it is. Don't know what happened there, but the audio was messed up. It was working literally. I tested everything, and of course, as soon as I want to go live, technical difficulties do happen. But let's see. I just have to fix something real quick. Oh, God, I hate it when OBS does updates, man. It resets everything for some reason on me. Let me get this light right where I want it. There we go. Alrighty, that should be it. That should be good to go. There we are. What is going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone enjoyed the regionals this weekend. I knew I was supposed to stream Friday. However, I decided not to as Resident Evil 9 came out, and I knew everyone was going to be playing it, so there was no point in actually streaming to literally no one. So, here we are. So Draven Midrange took Vegas. Pretty heated battles. Really, really good good matchups, some surprises, some prize decks, like with Lucian and so further, and not Lucian, Jax, I'm sorry, with like Jax and everybody, so that was pretty interesting. And then today, I just want to do a couple things. Usually I'm highlighting some like new decks I'm trying to test out or anything, but today we are, I do play Draven Midrange, so I want to test out some things on tech because this Saturday there's actually like a display or booster box tournament at my local game store. So going to do some practicing rather than highlighting some other decks. That is something for the future on Wednesday. But yeah, Draven Midrange seemed pretty strong. The thing is, I honestly don't think it is the best deck. So there is a new version I want to test out with just some tech. And the tech is Madden Marauder. I figured having 3 more fighter flights on a stick sort of is kind of good. So, just testing it out. Don't even know if it's actually good or not. Ideally, anything pushing away is pretty good. And the 4 might and the tank is actually kind of relevant this day and age. But probably not going to be anything we're going to put into the deck. But, if it does perform very well, then why not? So we'll be going first. Let's go into mulligans. This is gone. 4 gone. These 2 are fine. And we get the Marauder. And then we're good to go. Kind of bricked on our hand, but, later in the game we'll be pretty okay. Let's see if we can grab a 2-drop. Nope. And we just pass. So far, so terrible, but I just want to try it out. Like, the idea is, you can play to a base. Just push something out, helps you win combat, especially with all these crazy miracle decks out there, which I've seen. That was the thing, like, my thought process was like, man, there's so much might on board with, like, Miracle Draven, Miracle Jinx, Ezreal. I had timed out. No time for that. Probably lagging, kind of. Inconsistent. Oh, but the TCG arena has been buggy as of late too. Earlier today I was just like messing around and I couldn't for the life of me connect to someone in the sense that their board didn't load at all. So it was pretty interesting, pretty weird. I don't know what's going on there. All right, Fiora's a good matchup. We'll see what happens. We'll just roll the dice. Got an 18, not too shabby. I believe Niang will be joining us to test out some stuff. Just doing some practice, getting ready for the tournament on the weekend. It is like a booster box tournament, so it's pretty legit. Like, I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Fancy Treasure for setting that up. Tomorrow's a Nexus night, but it is a sealed, so that should be pretty cool. And we won the roll, so we go first, as always. Alrighty, so let's go. Get some mulligans. Ty Turner, Kaisa. I don't think we keep the switcheroo. Ty Turner is fine because if we need a turn 1 play. Even better. So, turn 1, Treasure Hunter, move. Play the Ty Turner, switch them around. Pretty strong play. And we are good to go with the mulligans. How is everyone doing? How has your fortune been? Okay, here we go. Mad Marauder. Let's see if it's actually decent. This is the Sunken Temple. So obviously turn 1 playing the Treasure Hunter is legit. And I've played tons of mid-range Draven. I started... Yeah, that was my first one. Like, honestly, legitimately with, a turn 1 first mate. That is pretty rough on his end. So, but yeah, I've played Draven since the beginning when it got released. We don't want to go into Sunken Temple because we kind of want to preserve the Tide Turner a little bit. So we'll move this here. We'll create a token. Score a point. The other cool move is the Ride the Wind play with the Treasure Hunter. That is super strong. If you have these 2 cards in your hand, you should definitely sometimes. But in this matchup, I don't think so. Keeping up with the rune economy on Fiora, though, is really important. But I don't want to... It's not necessarily deramping either, because you move over... You gain 2 points and you make 3... 3 gold. It's a pretty strong play in the beginning, but I think I want to save this for something later. So I think we're fine with threatening something by just playing the Tide Turner here. And then we create another gold. And yeah, that's, another point. One point less and 1 gold less. But, developing another unit, I think, was the smart play on this. Taps 2. Brings in the Doran's Blade. Probably going to conquer the Sunken Temple, which is fine. Yeah. It's good to go for me. Will he pass? Just decides to pass. Okay. So he's at 5. The cool thing is the Mad Marauder kind of does work right now, but I call it also just Falling Star, expending the 2 gold, move in. I think that's fine. So we'll double tap him with the Falling Star unless he riposts. Does he ripost? Yeah, okay, there's a ripost. That's fine. So he goes up to 7. All right, get a holding point as well, because I always forget that. So he goes to 7. That's fine. He deramped. Has no potential ways to make anything mighty with only 5 runes. Scared about the potential of another first mate, but then I could just always move back. I think at this instance, I just developed the Kaisa in the back. And we'll move here. Could have developed the Draven as well, but I kind of want to plop that on here. And I kind of want something to contest this if he ever decides to move out. And the Conquer effect is really good with Kaisa, so an extra card draw. As he's probably going to try to avoid as much combat as possible with me. It's generally the game plan when you're going against Draven. Mic a little too high. Also, I think... Yep. There we go. There's 2 points for the holding. Curious as to what he wants to do. That's 5. There's the set, which is fine. So yes, for those that are watching, this is a Madden Marauder. We are testing some different types of tech we could do with mid-range Draven. This weekend, there is actually a booster box tournament at my locals. Shout out to Fancy Treasure. And then we are just testing some things out. I know how the other people play. So here's an interesting thing. So we score a holding point. All right. We will develop the Madden Marauder at the Reavers row. And I'll push back the set. Okay, he's probably like, wait, what happened? Who plays that card? Then we're going to go in here, flinging the spinning axe on the Kaisa, expending our gold. So we are at... And then we'll pass priority. Okay, that's fine. So we score a point. We will tap 1 for Sunken Temple, Conquer for Kaisa, and win combat for Draven. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Madden Marauder actually kind of relevant. We'll move the gold or merchant to grab a gold token. And then let's hide a Tide Turner here. So the cool, interesting about Mad Marauder is that it also has tank, right? And I think in interesting Ride the Wind, Fight or Flight plays, especially Tide Turner, where I'm probably going to switch over the Kaisa if he decides to buff his set, or use the buff to increase the might of set, plus the equipment as well, that the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... might will mitigate some damage off the Kaisa. So Madden Marauder will die, this will die, but the Kaisa will not, which is actually pretty strong. We got a point, I believe. Did we get a point? Yeah, I got 1 to 4. Just making sure. And then we will pass. Cool. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Mm-hmm. Now, I took out the Dariuses for the Madden Marauder. I know that's probably a bad idea, but I just wanted to see. Okay, so he wants to go in here. That's 7. Okay, that's fine. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to reveal this and then switch so he can win that combat. Then this dies. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have a buff anymore. No, he has a buff this turn. Other interesting plays is that you could like move into a battlefield and ride the Mad Marauder over just for some damage mitigation because of its tank. Also makes things incredibly complex for your opponent. Makes those breakpoints a little more difficult, especially since people are just so used to not, straight up fighting things. But the tank mitigation in Draven is something that really hasn't been that much explored. So just want to test it out. You know, seems to be working pretty fine. And honestly, like when you think about it, okay, it's not the entire effect of fight or flight, right? It is only choosing your opponents and pushing it back to the base. However, 5 might, I mean, sorry, 5 energy for 4 might with, you know, half of the effect of fight or flight on a stick is pretty fair, you know. And the tank gives it a really, you know, makes it a little worth it. So, like, you know, things I could do if he somehow, okay, there's a Fiora that has ganking, probably going to give it. You know, if I can ride the wind, or even if I draw a Tide Turner, I can move the Tide Turner, pull the Kaisa, ride the wind, what does he want to do now? No, you didn't. For what? Saying you forgot to draw. I'm curious if he wants. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty. Other things I was thinking about, you know, if he can accelerate something, Kaisa moves back. Okay, so he wants to draw. Makes it mighty. Another Mad Marauder would be pretty cool right now, honestly, or Fight or Flight. So set will go back down to 4 without a buff. Yep, okay, so that's 5 with no buff. You spent the buff, though. Or he conquered, and then... And when I conquer, okay, that's right. Alright, so here we are. We go to 5. Shield goes up to 7. I can kill some things. Pretty comfortable over here, honestly. I will pull back the Kaisa. Yep, we pull back the Kaisa. We develop a here. I'm going to keep stuff for the spinning axe open. We'll pull this back. We'll grab another gold. Just kind of set up a conquer on the other battlefield. I think that's fine. I don't want to like overcommit anything. Just like move my stuff around a little bit. Commit to some type of future plays. Worried about some first mate ready nonsense. Worried about this Fiora. But we do have some answers. There's the BF sword. There's the Lucian. Gets mighty. Surprised he hasn't played out his Fiora. That's really important, you know? Like, his turn 1 should have been committing to the Fiora, honestly, because he played a first mate without being able to ready anything. And honestly, that power cost to ready things when they're mighty is really, really super efficient. Now, the Fiora does have ganking, but that's absolutely fine because we can, you know, he decides to move back. Okay. Setting up a big swing turn. In that case, it's actually okay after we score 6 points. We're pushing something to the Sunken Temple, maybe the Kaisa, with a overzealous fan, but we'll pull back everything else. And kind of like set up a victory play for lethal. All right, so we go to 6. There's 3 overzealous fans, which is absolutely nuts. Oops, wrong card. Move in here. Conquer. Conquer effect. We will draw. I want to play a Draven to base just in case things go wrong. But other than that, honestly, 2 overzealous fans on each base, threatening a ride the wind or spinning axe. That's pretty safe, guys. I mean, there's nothing. I could have technically spent the 1 rune to conquer, but that's absolutely fine. Or to draw a card from Sunken Temple again, using the Battlefield's effect. But this is fine. Feeling pretty comfortable. Overzealous fan makes things extremely complicated for him to take both bases. Was the Mad Marauder a good addition? Better than putting in the Dariuses? I'm not sure yet. We're going to have to test some more games. But it did push out the set Brawler when I couldn't conquer over there and got rid of the equipped First Mate. So did some work there. And just having like that extra body helps contest with like that Miracle Draven matchup where you at least are 1-for-1ing your their Noxus hopefuls. And also the tank makes it awkward because the thing is like when you're going in on battlefields with like Rasas and your battering rams and everything, if you move in with a tank unit, right, it kind of helps you save your either pumped up Draven with an attack trigger because it does mitigate damage. And I think that's really important in that matchup. Just a thought, something I've been testing around, something I've been thinking about. But I don't know. Tank and Draven is something that might be a thing. So he pumps his set. His Fiora is equipped with the BF Sword and the Dorn's Blade, and he is a Lucian. Now, first things we're going to do, he does have a lot open, 3, 6, 7, 8. So popping the Overzealous fans on some interesting things. I don't think he can get there, though. I mean, punch first. So defend trigger. Okay. So this would stack on top of it. So this goes away. Because it has... Does it have reaction? No, it's an action. Nope, doesn't work. Defend trigger has action. But it does have priority. Because when you play the defend trigger, you can only react to it. I believe that's what I've been seeing in the tournaments. Has action, can't work. But he is moving with priority. No, okay, I think you can. Has action, can't work. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I saw it in the tournament recently. Has defend trigger you have to react to, but you have priority. Hold on, let me look up that ruling real quick. Can you play an action? It's just you cannot directly play an action card. Yeah, I'm right. So when you move in, defend trigger on stack needs reactions. Initial chain. When combat starts, all attack defend triggers go on a chain. Defend triggers resolve first. Action window. Once the initial chain resolves. Nope. Yep. Choose if you want me to play it before moving. Otherwise, it's GG, but then no fun at all. Well, yeah, you didn't give me time. All right, so I just gave him the fact because, like, even I was unsure of it. So we'll draw. They go into a fight. That's 4, 5, 7. That's absolutely fine. Goes away, dies. We're being nice. We're testing things out. We're not taking anything too seriously. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the thing, because, like, you know, people have priority, but, like, they forget about the defend triggers and everything. Like, when you move in, you have to ask defend trigger. I'm like, yeah, okay, then, you know. But it's hard here because, like, they just play cards before I even get to type or I get to do the arrows things. Yeah. Yeah, otherwise, Overzealous Fan wouldn't be as good, honestly. And what is going on, Marvin? How you been? How is Riftbound treating you? How's the channel doing? Tell me all the updates. And there's another Hidden Blade. On. I'll draw all the cards and just. I can even rebuke Mad Marauder, pushback, score easy 2 points. That's fine. That's fine. Pretty good, bro, on the main channel right now. My YouTube premium channel. Yo, that is what's up, man. Good for you. Overzealous Fan gets Hidden Bladed. Oh my gosh, dude. What are you thinking? So I'll draw 2, which is absolutely fine. And then I guess he can move in. Let's see. 6, 10, 11, 12, 13. He is 8, 14. 6, 9. Let's see. Do I ride the wind out of there? I could ride the wind. The Draven in that puts 6 damage or 6 might onto the battlefield. Yeah, I think that's what I do because then it would be the. No, it's 4. Still getting Lucy down. Got like 12 out of 35 and surprising at a local. That's what's up, man. Are you running the like Lucian, Aurelian Spear, and Trinity or Trinity Force combo, where you can score like 3 points in one turn by conquering? So he decides to punch first. The Lucian, bring it up to 11. I will again defend trigger. Reaver's Row out. I will create a token. Then let me think for a second. He is 11. 6, 9, 10, 11. I could trade, which is pretty good. If I throw a spinning axe, which I think I will, and then get the 2 tokens. So we'll group the here. So comes 9. So it's 9, 10, 11. Okay, so let me get my tokens. I just have so much might on board. Arguably, ride the winning in the Mad Marauder would have actually saved maybe the Tide Turner, but then the set would have just come in anyway. I think it's better. Yeah, I agree, man. You got to stick with more consistency, right, than combo decks. Combo decks are cool. Don't get me wrong. Like TCGs, you play TCGs to do some combo deck nonsense. And then, at the end of the day, it's fun, right? Casually. But, if you're going in and it has a lot to do with money and everything. You're paying for these events, for the buy-in you get a pack and everything, which is fine. However, at the end of the day, you want to win, you want to get those prize packs, you want to open some cool stuff. And I think the more efficient way is consistency rather than combo decks, which is why I like mid-range Draven a little bit better than Miracle. So we're going to Mad Marauder the Fiora out. And it's not a spell, so it can't be countered. It is a play effect, so that's kind of awkward. But too many hard bargains, too many riposts nowadays, and then we'll just kind of clean this up very nicely. We can even just fight or flight it out. Yeah, we'll just throw everything here. We have priority. There's no defend triggers, so we'll just do this, and we win the game. Oh, I forgot to play for the defect cost, but that's fine. Unless he reposts. Okay, so it goes to 9. I still have 4, 8. Yeah, too much. Kind of did that sequence a little carelessly, but, it's absolutely fine. So 3, 6, 10, 14, 14 to 11. Cool. Cool. Mad Marauder doing a little bit of work. Yeah. I realized I paid for that afterwards. I completely forgot. The Fiora has everything when it gets mighty. Sorry, just had to do some things. All right, I don't think he... game... Actually, I wanted to test this against another Draven deck. Whoops. Alrighty, so let's get into the new game. Going up against, again, for those that are joining, testing out some stuff for the booster box tournament I'm going to on Saturday. Testing out Madden Marauder. There's Aurelia. Maybe not the best 4-man Marauder as the move stuff for the Stellarcorn Herder, and the deflect cost for the Aurelia is pretty bad. So I'm actually glad this matchup came so we can see if it's worth it. Oh, wait. Oops. How do I back out of mulliganing? I forgot to roll. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll just keep this. I forgot to roll, so he chooses. Yeah, I mean, you won the roll anyway. This is actually a really good hand. Turn 1, Treasure Hunter. Turn 2, stack deck, Noxus Hopeful. Or even turn 1, stack deck, Noxus. Okay, yeah, okay. So, obviously, in this situation, since we're going second with Obelisk, we can do a lot of things. We have 5 runes available, but we also don't want to expend too many of our resources. The Aurelia matchup, I have to stop clicking that like that. The Aurelia matchup is something that actually bothers me. I just don't like how strong Aurelia can be. Again, once it gets all of its buffs, it gets pretty ridiculous. There's 3. There's the boots. 1 for Obelisk and 1 for thing. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wait, I get 5. I'm sorry. No, I don't. Why am I thinking I get 5? I'm an idiot. Anyway, yeah, I think this is like a pretty clean turn. There we go. Why was I thinking I get 5? I'm thinking about a 2v2. I just played a 2v2 earlier today. That's why. Okay, there's the Stellarcorn Herder. Oh, God, I don't like the Stellarcorn Herder. I do have a switcheroo, which is a prime target. I can't even... I have to hide it, though. That's the only issue. I'll put the switcheroo on the battlefield with the merchant as it's a prime target for it. Can't get defied. Can get not so fast. I hate this matchup, dude. I just like overthink it too much because I think they have like every answer in the world, honestly. But we'll put the treasure. We'll move in here just to get our gold and get a point. Let's play. We'll move here for the second point. We'll play the Draven. I don't want to waste the. Don't want to waste the Falling Star. I also don't want to deramp by hiding. No, it's fine. I think what I do here is I actually do this. Dude, I need to practice more Aurelia matchups because I just overthink the situations too much. And the thing is, like, I did absolutely fine. Like last Nexus night, I got second place, but it only came to one of my games. Just went to time and was undecided. But I did fine against Aurelia. Like I lost the first match because I kept on moving away the Stellarcorn Herder with like. I had just like 2 boots and another like a guardian angel, and it just kept on getting buffed and everything. So I had to keep on pushing it back. drew too many cards, and then they had like all basically the answers. Oh, we got disconnected. Alrighty. Ooh, we can reconnect. There we go. Okay, so here we are. He's only sitting at 5. Okay, no, he's sitting at 7 runes. Draws a card. Gets the 5. He's probably gonna want to move in, but he does only have 4 cards. I mean, if he has the not so fast, that's one less I have to worry about. I don't know if they run 3 in Aurelia nowadays. He could develop his Aurelia target with shoes, gets beefy. That's when I think. Yeah. But I need to personally. This is like a bad matchup for me, just because like I overthink because of these colors, dude. Any other matchup I'm fine with. Like I'm pretty like calm getting into a matchup. In fact, in my last Nexus night, went up against well, I guess the more difficult decks was like Control Annie, which is ridiculous because the guy Michael, who plays the deck. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name on stream and you don't want me to, but I didn't say your last name. Crazy deck builder guy. Like he thinks of things that are really really cool. But that was like a struggle trying to get that win. And then the Aurelia matchup was just I lost the first game, but I came back with 2 points, with 2 wins. I'm sorry, but still, I just overthink that situation. What else? And then easy like Ezreal, like the Alan CQ list I played against, and that was undecided 1-1. Just went into time because that deck takes too long to play. So he's thinking out his options. So if he does, so he moves in the Stellar Corn Herder. We will not defend trigger. We will move this with the defend trigger. And then we will burn 1 to make this into a 6. So we get our gold first because you can choose. I will not move the Stellar, or I'm not going to use the Overzealous Fan. I'd rather just use it for might. Nope. There's the discipline. Goes to 5. Draws. Still sitting at 8. 1 in the power. There's the Defiant Dance. Goes to 4. So it's 6 versus 7. And then why did he pay 1 to ready it already? 4, 5, 6. That's 7. Okay, so he got it. That's fine. So it's okay. We're gonna do some things with the Falling Star next turn. Move in with the Treasure Hunter. Get that gold. Play the stack deck. He did deramp a little bit. Readies his Stellar Corn Herder. I wonder if he can move over, actually. See, this is why I hate playing against Aurelia, dude. They can just do so many things. Alright, decides not to. Get a holding point. This is where the Mad Marauder doesn't really come into effect in this matchup. First we play the stack deck. There's the Rebuke. The Tide Turner isn't bad either. If I move into the Contest Sunlight, but with 4 runes up, what is the best card? I kind of want him to expend the Not So Fast as much as possible so he doesn't have any to save the Aurelia. So I also don't want to deramp with Rebuke. So let's put the Fight or Flight into hand. He will draw, which isn't something... He probably just wants to move back, honestly. He's safe with switcheroo on that end. I think we pop the falling star. That's absolutely fine. Then he has to commit to a Aurelia play next turn. Now he's considering if he wants to. Okay, that's fine. Then we'll move. We'll score. We will get a gold gear token. Fortunately, no combat wins, which is kind of like awkward for us. And then this is fine. But again, like when you guys are playing, don't forget, like the first 5 points don't matter. Decks usually take time to kind of like build up in strength. Okay, there's another Stellar Coin Herder with the boots. Okay, let's see actions. Four, 2, 5, 2, 4. So we'll switch. So I go to 5. He goes to 4. Then he's probably gonna pump. Blah blah blah. Yeah, -1. Same thing. Same difference. I was considering if he wants to burn his stuff that he's probably saving for Aurelia. There's 2 for probably a discipline. Okay. That resolves. So he goes to 6. 3, 4, 5. Wonder if we fight or flight here. I think we do. We need to win this battle to draw some cards. He can draw a card too. That's fine. Will he defy? Okay, it doesn't. So I win combat. I get to draw. There's the Edge of Night. That might be useful, honestly. I keep the 5 might. Okay, so we get 2 points. We go to 6. This goes away. I think we want to retreat. We're running out of tools. And then we can set up a nice little Mad Marauder play next turn. Or do we just move back here? We get a gold. I think we commit to a Overzealous Fan. He may go in here, may charm over. That's fine. I think this is an okay play. He's like winning combat and or avoiding it. I'm afraid there's going to be a charm in hand, which is going to be awkward. Still hasn't committed to his... Aurelia. So that's fine. All right, we'll pass. Moves over. He's probably going to target with something. Absolutely fine. Yeah, there's the charm I was worried about. He's at 5. Yeah, it's fine. Dies. There's the Guardian Angel. So he's what at 3, 4, 5, 6. Reveal. So at least we can force a trade. Let's see, he has pump spells, but with 3, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand, he probably does. Is it on guard? Yep. Seems good. Kaisa wins it with Mad Marauder. He can draw the card. I could care less. Does Spinning Axe do something? Wins combat, helps me draw another card. Or do I just want a cheeky point? Remind me later, please. I do not want to update right now. I am in the middle of something. Let's see. 3. So I go to 6. He's at 6. Tough situation. Tough situation. I think I'm going to just move here. Get a gold. Oh. I still moves. There's the Ride the Wind. So I am a, Ride the Wind happens. So the issue is he's not an attacker. No one controlled the Reaver's Row, right? So he is a surprise defender on an uncontested battlefield. So this defend trigger does not actually happen. And then that's just fine. And just dies. I wonder if I develop the Mad Marauder with tanks. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 might, and he's down to 3 runes. And the thing is, I have to move something. So he's at 4, goes to 5, ganks over, goes to 6, probably develops his Aurelia. Moves twice. Yeah. I hate this matchup. This is my worst matchup personally. I need a Kaisa. One, 2. There's another Guardian Angel. Yeah, there's a hidden card. I think we just lose from here. I don't think there's much I can do. We can move him from scoring the last point, which is fine. He still draws a card. If he can Ride the Wind, then he just has it, but it's whatever. Yeah, he's probably thinking, what, Madden Marauder? What the hell? And Fight or Flight. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever, sure. Alright, so moves back, draws a card. Let's just equip this to the Marauder. And we'll save the Spinning Axe. I mean, he can probably just choose himself to, like, ready and everything, so he just kind of just wins from here. Yeah. Alright, let's get into game 2. I have to practice this matchup. Yeah, dude, had everything. Had everything. Not so fast. Disciplines. Stupid herder. I think we can get this. We can get this. Still trying the Mad Marauder deck. Reaver's Row out. Tarragon's Peak is crucial to my victory. I'm going to be going first as well. Let's see how this works out. I don't know why. I'm just terrified of Aurelia, dude. They just have spells in their hand. Oh man, I forgot the sideboard. Technically, what you would do for sideboard is obviously mind splitters. Put more mind splitters in, take away pieces, know what they're playing with, so you can work around them or play around all the combos, all the spells. You know. Waiting for this. This may take a while. Is he even there? Alright, I'm not gonna wait around. Ignore. Next match. I don't know. Madden Marauder's not bad. Something I'm gonna have to test out in the future, though. Like in real life, seems okay. But let's switch back to now. All right, so I've played a couple games with Madden Marauder against another Aurelia. So let's go try it without it and see how much better it is. Ooh, he rolls a 1. I probably roll a 2 or a 3. I will be going first. And let's mulligan. So this goes away. Hard bargain is actually a good keep against this matchup. All right, let me give you a little more confidence here. Decent at best. In fact, I don't think, depending on my first turn, see what I draw. Yeah, that's fine. So we develop a overzealous fan, and then we can develop the Draven. Probably on the Dreaming Tree because he wants to draw a lot. So I'm going to move in here. Okay, so he develops this Tie Turner, which means this pretty weak of a play. Move in here. Score point. Let's play the Draven. At 5, they can't do much. That I know. Next turn, it's probably Tide Turner, the Draven switch, moving the Draven. Probably is going to defend trigger back, and then we can develop a Noxus Hopeful. Or a Ferris Forerunner is probably the best bet. So we will burn a red. Make it 6. And then do this as well, just because I hate Aurelia. Moves back. Alright. Draw a card. Yeah, dude, play. Okay, that's fine. Rebukes D-ramps, which is fine for me. Okay, in that case, let us develop a Tide Turner. Let's develop some units and we'll pass. So there's the Dreaming Tree nonsense that he probably wants to do. I want him to play as much. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So he wants to draw some cards. Using a Ride the Wind to target down a Tide Turner. Score an extra point and move back. So I wonder in this instance, do I ever? Yeah, I just pull. I just pull the trigger on the. Or wait, hold on. I think I move in first. Let's move here. Let's move here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll just play the splitter. Show me what you've got. Defy, Define, Dance, Charm, Discipline, all bullshit cards that I hate. Let me think this one through. The Charm threatens a Mind Splitter going away, Death of a Tide Turner. He can hold it down with some Disciplines and Defiant Dances. Defiant Dances is technically something that has the most potential in terms of buffing the Aurelia. Discipline is also a good card draw. So, Discipline on the Dreaming Tree is something that he probably wants to do for the double draw and getting some more answers, but I kind of want to starve him out of stuff. I'll start playing some other spells and then force a hard bargain after he defies. And I think the Discipline's the better choice here. He's low on resources, doesn't get his Stellacorn Herders. You have to starve them out of... oh, dude, it'd be so cool if hard bargain was actually a hidden. You could, like, hide it. A hidden counter in blue, I think, is what we're going to see in the next set. So you take away his Discipline. He's probably going to play Aurelia. Yeah, okay. There's the Aurelia. 1 and a power to Defiant Dance. Moving down the... Goes to 5. 8. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's fine. They just trade. Does have a Defy, and I can hard bargain. Okay, so I can actually... 5 runes. I could develop the Draven. Play a Ride the Wind. He's contemplating if he wants to Charm over. Timeout. Yep, he wants to Charm over. Dies. But now I have a Draven Ride the Wind protected by a hard... Actually, I don't even need to hard bargain more. He can't defy anything. But there's the Overzealous Fan, which is annoying. Moves back. So 4... 2 and Ride the Wind. Yeah, that's fine. This is the play. Then we play a Ride the Wind. Draven. Moves. Trigger. Attack trigger goes on the stack force first. So I just announce all my plays. Go to 6. Does he want to trade? Probably. Okay. That's fine. I'll take the trade. That's absolutely fine. Next we could he's probably going to develop a Stellar Corn Herder, and then we can just Falling Star from there. But initially, like starving him from resources is kind of like where you have to go with this. So there's 2, probably another 2 might unit, moves back, moves in. Oh, okay. And he goes to 6. That's fine. There's a traveling merchant. 4, 5, 6. I have to Falling Star this, unfortunately. Which is pretty brutal, honestly. And then I have to rebuke his play, or he moves in. He does have the Defy, but I have the Hard Bargain. So just kind of like awkward situation, and I can't really develop any of the other units as well because they're just too high cost, and I have to do this. I could make him take the point. Let's see. I don't think I rebuke this. Nah, that's fine. You can have the point. If you ride the winds, though, then I rebuke it. There's 3. There's a sneaky deckhand. He could just play the sneaky deckhand again. I should have rebuked it. Oh my god, it's so frustrating. I hate that fucking card, dude. Yeah, it's just game. I just rebuke, and then he just plays it again. GG. See, Aurelia is my weakest matchup. Let's see if we can get to game 2. Even though I starved him of resources. What did I? Was next draw? Those are bad draws. Let's see if we can get to game 2. Let's see if we can take this series, and I'm probably going to head out of here. Something is wrong with my computer right now, so... Okay, so we did Reaver's Row. Let's do... There's a Reaver's Row. Obviously, I will be going first. Let's see. Well, actually, Bryn here is probably... This is, like, in this matchup, is definitely a keep, in my opinion, honestly. There's no 2-cost units, though. Another brick. Even though, okay, thank God. Thank God. Alright. Alright. Now we know how he plays, what he wants to do. We got our Bryn here. We should be fine now. I know it was a little rough, but I just don't like playing against Aurelia. I hate it, dude. Especially the first... Like, the sneaky deckhand bullshit, dude. Like, get out of here, man. Let's see. I don't think it's these 2. This does nothing for this matchup. In fact, arguably, like, in the Aurelia matchup, if you have them in the sideboard, you replace them with Poros. Because the deflect and the move trigger for, like, their merchants and or the Celicorn Herder, I think we just pick this. We can do some sneaky things with that later. All right, so we got that. Or even now. Move trigger happens. We get a gold. Get a point. Yeah, let's develop some might here. Develop some bodies. And then we'll pass. There we go. All right, cool. Hate this matchup. There's the boots. Equips it to the dude. Move back. Where's the Noxus Hopeful? I wonder if I develop the Bryn here this turn. Can't play anything. Accelerate Kaisa, moves in. I still have enough for a hard bargain if he decides to play anything. Do I trade the Kaisa in though, honestly? No, I don't think that's a good play. I think because I don't have enough for a hard bargain. She's probably gonna buff it, but what can he do? He can discipline. He can Defiant Dance. I think we want to develop a little bit of might. So we're going to move here first. Get a gold. We'll play the... Get a point as well. We'll play the Draven. Develop the Noxus Hopeful on the back. We will hide the Fight or Flight onto the battlefield, and then we will pass, reading 2 runes from Targon's Peak. Next turn, we definitely develop Bryn here if we can contest some battlefields. This for me, like in terms of like shell games or mind games, is like the hardest matchup. This is the matchup I should be probably practicing the most. Ezreal, I'm like oddly good at. Like I'm fine playing against Ezreal. Dude, my computer. What is going on? I might have to cut the stream after this, guys. It is just... It's saying it's not connected. Saying no audio is connected. I'm hearing myself fine. Timeout happening. Probably catch up. See, dude, I don't know if it's like TCG Arena has been on the fritz. I mean, I guess I could reconnect and see. So he decides to play the Charm. Let me wait. Let me think about this. Okay, that's fine. So I go to 6. The friend trigger is passed, so he has to play things. If he plays the Discipline, the Young Guard goes to 5. Defiant Dance is probably the most annoying thing. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Let's force him a hard bargain so he can kind of like... There he plays. So Draven dies. And then we Fight or Flight. I swear to God, if he has Defy. Finally, a win. Jesus Christ, man. Don't even get to win the showdown for that. He is only down to 3-2. Moves back. Oh, God, I hate this matchup so much. Seriously. All right. Let's get some card draw. We'll accelerate the Kaisa. Move in. Yeah. Question mark. Thank God. We'll get a point. We'll draw a card for Kaisa. We get the. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Move in here. Now, cool thing is I could do this here, and then I will hide this. So he's like kind of like stock out of resources, which is fine. It costs him getting to 5 points. We also have like a decent amount of Aurelia players at my local nights, or local Nexus nights. But I never actually really played them. The last time I played with someone that was not from there, he stopped by. Cool dude. Had a lot of fun. That was actually a lot of fun game, and not so stressful, just because like we were like became friends, friend of friends and stuff. Okay, so I win combat. I get to draw. Thank God. There's the discipline. What is he at? 2, 4, goes to 6. I think we reveal this. We'll switch. This dies. He can't have much left, dude. I feel like even with only 3 cards in hand. There's a ribbon dancer. That's so annoying too. There's 5. Do I double tap? If this wasn't have attached. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah. I mean, we just do this, right? We always double tap the. Should we have Bryn here? Arguably, yes. Still getting loose and downs better. It's more low to the ground and aggro. Deflect cost for targeting Fiora. Oops. Okay, so that finishes. Oh, I'm sorry, Marvin. I didn't even see you. Yeah, sure. I mean, we could get into a game. Absolutely. Let me finish this, and then we can do it. And then. So the problem is he plays his Aurelia here, right? Chooses it, readies it. So that's 5. So it goes to 8. So we have to move 8, 9, 10. I wonder if we ever move something back. We could move this back. And then We could just hide this here. That's good. I like that. Developing Bryn just by itself wasn't a terrible idea, but I think he didn't. I think he had the not so fast because he thought about it for too long. Yeah, sure. After this game, we'll test some stuff out. I think this will be your first time playing Marvin, right? I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Goes to 7. Okay. Another timeout. Alright, decides to play Aurelia, quit the boots. God. So I can Edge a Knight. So that's 6, 7, 8. And then Bryn here to make sure he doesn't play anything. That seems fine. So first we Bryn here to see if we can even win. I don't think, because he's 4 and then 5. That's 9. I have 6, 7, 8. That's not enough. There's a discipline on that. Yeah, that's fine. That's just GG. All right. I don't think there's anything. If I move back the Noxus Hope for the last turn, I could have been able to do it. But honestly, at this point, there's nothing I could do. So she goes to 7 stupidly. Alright, I just reveal this. This goes here at 6. Can Fireflight, moves in, trades. It's too much might. Yep, GG. I hate this matchup. I hate this matchup. I swear I'm a better player than this guy's, but I just I just hate the Aurelia matchup. Personally, like, statistically speaking, like, it's actually a really good, like, Draven, generally it goes on ahead, but I just don't like the way it plays. Marvin, let's play. So let me get my code for you for Direct Connect. So I copy the code. We'll get into a lobby. Then I just have to take a quick bathroom break. So here's the code. Connect to the lobby, and then we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go quickly to the bathroom. Yeah, so let me take a quick break, and I'll be right back. All right. All right. Let me connect to yours. It should be. Uh. It's also not letting me connect. Let me exit and let me try connecting again. I sometimes very much dislike. Nope. Maybe I got a new one. Did I get a different one just now? Because sometimes they update it. 9C. Hey, there we go. Finally. Cool. All right. Let's do this. Oh, God. What did I press now? Alrighty. Here we are. Got some. Got Draven. Hopefully this is your Lucius deck. Or Lucian deck. As I would really enjoy it. Super stoked to play you for the first time, man. Why is it always being timed out? I have 1,000. I have a terabyte of speed. Somehow, always awful. Or 1,000 MPS, rather. Hold on, let me try something real quick. Should be play. Let me try and reconnect. Do. Safe mode. All right, let's just reconnect. What is going on? Probably, maybe. I don't know. I feel like also like TCG Arena is kind of like overloaded with players at times. Let's try one more time and see because I actually left purposefully just because it was like timed out. Let me see yours. All right. So it doesn't connect. Connection is lost. Connection lost. Connection lost. Try connecting one more time. I'm gonna give it another try. Oop, doesn't work. insane. Sometimes I guess it just doesn't work, dude. Interesting. By all means, it should be fine. Like if I can matchmake with like random moves. Yeah, TCG is bugging lately, honestly. If you use it, it would be better. Okay, let's see. Nah, dude. Connect. Yeah, I think we're just too far apart, but that shouldn't be an issue, really. That's really strange. Yeah, I guess. Possibly the issue there. Or just like TCG Arena's been bugging out, honestly, because like even if I go to matchmaking, right? Not only does it like generally take a decent amount of time, but it like consistently times out. I think just people are using it often, right? See, like I just lost connection. And I'm like hardwired into everything, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, it seems like TCG Arena is a little awkward. Yeah, I think you're right. I think a lot of people are testing, especially after the regionals. So this makes this stream a little awkward, doesn't it? Like, I have TTS Arena, but honestly, like, I'm not a fan since I don't think they've done any updates lately. I have to double check on that and see. And it is like 7:52. A lot of people are playing. Public lobbies. I mean, I can make a lobby possibly. Let me try and host a lobby then. Password will be 1234. That's fine. Host lobby. You can't join. Okay. So check out the lobby. Maybe the lobby works. It's like drawphase. And password is 1234. You can't join another lobby while hosting one. So I am hosting the lobby. Nope, doesn't work. Yeah, dude. I think TCG Arena is just like overloaded with players. Honestly, that's really unfortunate. Definitely next time, man. I was really excited to play against you, as it will probably be like the first time. And also, like, we just still have to like meet up for any type of stream potential in the future, where we could like co-stream, help each other's channels out. Oh God, how do I even do this? Direct connect, public love. Yeah, exit one more time. I'll try like normal matchmaking. But it seems like it's just like, oh, now it's kind of okay. Now it's kind of okay. Let's see if it like keeps on getting timed out though. Seems fine. There's the Orn. Now, if it keeps getting timed out, seems Okay. He rolled a 19 out of 20, which is ridiculous. 16. Yep. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, like back in the day when TTS was like a thing, I was also like so laggy sometimes. Yeah, I remember actually Bad Tree Man was like always like at ping 999 because like I hosted the lobby in Europe, and then whenever he hosted the lobby, it was just like a little too much, you know. So a really good turn for us here. We play the stack deck, unless he wants to defy it, which would be really stupid. Do we want the gold generation? Do we want the fight? Or do we want to win combat very cheaply? We already have the fight or flight in hand. Gold generation is nice, especially with the tie turner in hand as well. I think, actually... Well, generally we don't want to fight Orn because he just wins us on might anyway. So we just want to like get there as fast as possible. And the next turn we can Noxus Hopeful, Fight or Flight, and then still conquer actually the treasure hoard. Get 2 gold. That's always a thing. Also, it could be the internet on my end because like all the chat just kind of like dumped out all at once. There's the herder. All right, that's fine. There shouldn't be too. All right, so then this makes the choices a little easier. We just move here. Get a gold for the move. Can't do anything. We get a point. Stack deck. Always the forerunner. Always the forerunner in this situation. And then the... So forerunner 6 next time, and then we can hide this. Here, that's fine. $12 might, 2 times. Second half split between 2 units at 3 might each. What were they thinking when they made one of the best red cards in the game? If not the, honestly. 6 in the power for 6 might. I was like, oh wait, no, it still has 12 might behind it and it's death knell. Absolutely disgusting, seriously. If he plays out his Ornn... Does not play out his Ornn. Gets a gold gear. Probably saving up to, build up an Ornn. Put a Tiana down there. So there's 3, probably 4 World Atlas or something. And, oh, Spellsinger. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Pays the equip cost. Hides a card. No, sorry. Hides a card. What's blue? Pain. Wages of Pain. That's also a thing. Let's see what it is. So we're going to fight or flight him. Let's move in here. Let's see what they got. Oh, yeah, holding point, by the way. Consult the past. I wasn't really thinking about that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Get a point, get a draw for Draven. Got the hard bargain, which is good. Now we want to really develop the Pharaoh's Forerunner while we can, because we're ahead. We'll move back. We'll get a gold. And then we'll move here, so if they do end up accelerating anything somehow. He's not on watch return or anything like that, but still, he probably wants to throw down his Ornn. Weapon Master this Felsinger. Then he starts getting a little out of control. But should be okay. Did we get the point? So we go to 5. It'll take 2 more turns. Does have his whole entire hand at 3, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. So this matchup's weird. Like, I feel like Ornn could have been a lot better if he wasn't so slow, and if the other, well, it's not that slow. It just needs setup like any other deck. The issue is the other Ornn has a really good ability for this deck, but if it only had Weapon Master, it'd be really good. Really gear reliant, kind of like protect the queen type of gameplay. I really like its legend ability. I think it's cool. I think it has a lot of potential. I just don't think this set, it really popped off. There's a timeout again. Guys, I think I might have to cut the stream short if this keeps happening. I don't know if it's TCG Arena or on my end. Everything looks fine for me. I was checking the speed test of my computer as well, making sure everything's fine. Yeah, I mean, everything's fine on my end. Okay, it's going again. No, there's the other one. So you go to 5. Ugh, this is awkward. How much might do I want to commit to these things? So he's at 8. I think I do this. Then I think I hide the Tide Turner here. So that's 10. I could put another 2 might on there. Or another 4 might, I'm sorry. But he just has too many things in this hand. I want to keep the fight or flight not at base. Or not hidden. And I want to keep 4 open for the hard bargain. So the defend trigger happens at 6 plus 12 is 16. If you can play a couple more gears, you can play a couple more gears. That's fine. So, like, I passed the turn and it's still not reacting on his end on TCG Arena. I think I think you're right, man. I just think it's, like, overloaded with people playing in Europe right now. It is peak time. It's like 8 o'clock, where I am. So, a lot of people doesn't work. A lot of people just chilling, doing things. 4. What does he want to do? Does not want to tap 4. He's still doing it. He's doing it. What? What is he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. All right. 5, 6. And the power, 2 power, singularity. Oh, the Riptide Rex. Didn't expect that, to be honest. Honestly, that's pretty good. Who does he want to target? Okay, he wants to target the Draven. In that instance, do I actually just fight or flight him out? I think I do, because I still have 6, 10 versus his 8. Oh no, I can't. It's an action speed. I keep forgetting that. Tide Turner doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's just good. That's just good stuff right there. Wasn't expecting the Tide Turner, to be honest. It's just like one of those cards that not a lot of people play, unless you're in Victor, especially in an Orn deck. But yeah, I like Riptide Rex. There should be crossplay. I mean, it's just like the connection's like a little wonky today for some reason. Oh, he moves in there. So defend trigger back. I get gold. And then actions. Nah, it's timed out. All right, guys, I'm done with this, dude. I don't know what's going on. If anyone's else having like issues with TCG Arena, let me know, I guess, in chat. And then now it's up again. This will be my last game. Actually, do I want to do this? Yeah. Because I can fight or flight, move in. Oh, God. So buggy. So plays a card from hidden. Okay, so get my holding point. Make Accelerate Kaisa. As I've had so much time to think about what to do, I will play on the Varus Forerunner. Move it back. Let's move in with everything. 10 could be a block, right? What is he? So first, give me a golem. Okay, so what he did is he wanted to windwall the. Windwall the. Okay, so who does he want to die? What does? Really? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this and this go away. I get a point. And then, can you take both battlefields? Maybe, but I don't think with 6 he could play Riptide Rex again. And kind of nuke one. Move in. Oh yeah, I also get to draw for Draven. Yeah. Because of the reaction. I know, it was awful. I always forget that. I always forget. Because, like, you'll generally, like, play 90% or 80% of the time a fight or flight from hidden. And, you just get so used to playing at reaction speed. It's kind of like one of those things. Drop border. Well, gee golly. Interesting deck. Respect. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Alright, he's gonna give up. GG's. Alright, guys, that is it. I don't know what's wrong with with TCG Arena tonight. I'm gonna go through my computer, make sure everything's fine. Honestly, I'm kind of worried about that. But it should be fine on my end. I'll check the speed test, how everything runs and everything. So a quick little stream. Remember, guys, we're probably 2-3 hours Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. For those that want to play, hit me up in the Discord. You can find that link on my channel. And then, if you want to come by Wednesday, we can test out some games. And basically, it's just meant to test out decks, test up some certain matchups. But, yeah, hey, guys, for those that have been watching, Marvin, good luck with everything. Hope you enjoy your Nexus Nights. Hope you get some crazy pulls. And we definitely have to set up something where we could co-stream, make it work somehow. But yeah, for sure. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you on Wednesday. All right? Peace.